washed away all my shame. No longer bound because I'm forgiven, yes. I've been made free from sin's guilty stain. You gave your life for me that I might be saved. And you've changed my destiny with the awesome price you paid. Now I can say, all things are passed away, all things are new. I'm not the same. Yes, I've been changed. I've been changed. Oh yeah, and yes, it's true, it's true. I found my life in you. All things are true. I'm not the same. Yes, I've been changed. I've been changed. Oh yeah, longer who lives, no longer who feels, no longer blessed, defeated or cast down, but Christ who lives in me. No longer I who lives, no longer I who feels, no longer blessed, defeated or cast down, but Christ who lives in me. Mind's renewed, no longer a sinner. No other love have I ever known, no. And I've got power to walk like a winner. Oh, though I may fail, He still calls me His own. Oh, you gave your life for me that I might be saved, Lord. And you've changed my destiny with the awesome price you paid. Now I can say, all things are passed away. Oh, I'm not the same. Yes, I've been changed. Yes, oh, and yes, it's true. I found my life in you. All things are true. I'm not the same. Yes, I've been changed. You have pardoned my transgression.
Happy New Year! Guess what's my first message in 2021? Sex addictions. You may be acting strong and righteous, but I boldly ask you this question. Are you a sex pest? Are you addicted to sex sins? Are you a victim of sexual bondage? Do you desire to overcome your sex sins from 2021 for the rest of your life? You are addicted to pornography more than you'd care to admit. You are addicted to masturbation. You are addicted to sexual affairs, extramarital affairs. Extramarital affairs have cost your marriage. You are addicted to prostitution. Every time you're coming from your place of work, especially Friday evenings, you have to pass by a brothel, a house where sex is sold. Are you an addict of lesbianism or gayism? Are you dealing in sexual struggles? If that is you, you are a sex addict, and you can have a fresh start in 2021. I want to talk to you on how to overcome sex addictions. And by the way, before I continue, I am not talking about sex between married partners. Those of you who are married and you're watching this, I want you to increase your frequency because that one is blessed. I'm talking of sex outside marriage covenant. Any sex outside marriage covenant is a wrong sex habit, and I want to talk to you about it because the two greatest struggles in this life is sex and finances. My New Year message is on sex addictions. Let me know where you are, who is on board. Hey, Nigeria, are you there? Malaysia, are you there? Let me know where you're watching from. UK, are you there? Canada, are you there? Ghana, Zambia, are you there? Kenya, Zimbabwe, India, Malaysia. Who is following me tonight? Let me know where you are. Australia, Japan. Please, let me take a minute and acknowledge your presence. Then we talk about sex addicts. We're going to talk about sex addicts. Oh my God, I can see so many of you on board. South Africa is presented. Germany. Who is on board? I can see Faith Mugambi from Nairobi, Kenya. Let me know where you are. We already 734 people on board. Where are you watching? Where are you following from? Musoda Brian from Zambia on board. All guys have joined me from all over the world. Kabwe Mulenga from Zambia. If you have just joined me, let me know where you are. Which city? We have Joel Rollard from Botswana. Let me know your nation. We have Tatu Sibisai from Zimbabwe. Mavis Osei from Austria, Annette Moyo from Zambia. Joy from Dubai. Oh, goodness. We have enough people on board. If you have just joined me, I am Dr. K.N. Jacob coming live from Atlanta, Georgia. Daniel from South Africa. Ajayi from the U.S. Esther Mafigu from South Africa. And one more. Godfrey Obed from Ghana. Lionel Waidia from Turkey. Oh, fair enough. Let's talk about sex addicts. Over 1,000 people already on board. Favored from Cameroon. Letta from South Africa. Afipo from Tanzania. We are good to go. A lot of people struggle with sex habits, and I want you to have a brand new start in 2021. There are some men, no matter what you do to them, no matter how loyal you are as a wife, no matter what you cook every dinner, no matter how active you are sexually, there are some men who must go out. They are sex pests. They are sex addicts. They must have extramarital affairs. They can even sleep with another age child. They sleep with any skirt they come across. There are some women, no matter how good a husband you are, no matter how much you provide to them, no matter how present, no matter how available, some women must cheat on their husbands. They are sex addicts. They are at a bondage. There are some people who must watch pornography. They are addicted to pornography. Every single day, they will even hide in their bedrooms and watch porn. There are some people married, others are single, addicted to masturbation, sexual manipulation. We have people addicted to lesbianism and gayism who desire tonight to have a fresh start in 2021. I assure you, in the next 30 minutes, before I am through with this live broadcast, your life will never be the same again. You will be free from that bondage. How, you may ask? 3 simple steps, and you will overcome your sex addiction. 3 simple steps. Number 1. Ask for help. Ask for help. The most tragic thing when you are lost is to continue stepping on the accelerator and speeding up the car. You will be twice as lost. If you are in a strange neighborhood, you can't tell head or tail. Be humble enough to ask for help. You must be tired with your addiction. The first step towards going somewhere is deciding you will go. Making up your mind, this is a journey I must start no matter how hard it is. You must be willing to change. The very first step is a strong, burning desire to have a fresh start in 2021. Decide you're going to change in 2021. Step number 2, action change. Action change. What do I mean by that? Take steps that will help you overcome your addiction. Take actions, specific actions. You can't continually focus on your weakness. You are already weak on your weakness. Stop focusing on your weak area and focus on what you can do. Let me give you specific examples. Because maybe you're listening to me and extramarital affairs has cost your marriage. Adultery, having a mistress, sleeping with girls has already cost your marriage. Sleeping with men has already cost your marriage. You have a good husband, but you still move with married people. There are women who will move with any man, no matter the age, even boys 10 years younger than they are. You are at a bondage. Stay with me to the end. I'll set you free by the finger of God tonight. Listen, take actionable steps. Let me break it down for you. If you are married and in 2021 going forward, you don't want to cheat on your wife, you don't want to cheat on your husband, take a step right now and decide from now henceforth, I'll be accountable to my wife. I'll be accountable to my husband. I'll let them know where I am, with who, at any given moment. There will be no password in my phone. I will allow my wife or my husband to access my phone, my tablet, my laptop at any given moment. I'm married for 17 years, 10 months. What I'm telling you is what I do with my Mercy. We use the same passwords with our kids. We only put passwords just in case a stranger takes my phone or my laptop or my tablet. But as a family, we use the same password, all of us. So at any given moment, Mercy can tell you where I am, with who, doing what. If you don't want to get again into extramarital affairs, be accountable, be transparent. Decide in your heart, I will never again go to her house. I will not allow someone to come to my house. We will meet in the restaurant. I will only visit them when we are 2 or 3. You minimize the possibility of compromising your values when you visit someone, 2 or 3 of you. I'm a pastor. I never, ever go to anybody's house all alone. I either go with Mercy or with a deacon from our church. I don't want to compromise my values or even to be accused of compromising my values. You must take actions that will help you to live the life you want to live. Now, if you're watching pornography, you are addicted to pornography, you must first realize why pornography is bad. Because you cannot overcome pornography unless you're persuaded and convinced pornography is bad. Why is pornography bad? Number 1, pornography is a show. It's not reality. People who produce pornographic movies, sex movies, they spend sometimes 3 weeks doing a movie for just half an hour, and that's besides editing. And you're taking your husband to task to perform like a porn star who took 3 weeks perfecting a sex move. You're expecting your wife to perform like a porn star who took 3 weeks editing their performance. Porn is a performance. Even porn stars cannot do that in real life. You are stupid to expect your spouse to perform like a sex porn star. Why is porn bad? 1, because it's a show. It's not reality. So when you watch pornography, you will easily break your relationships, whether you are dating or whether you are married, because what you expect your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend or your wife to do, they can't do. It doesn't exist in real life. It's only in movies. But porn is also bad because porn stars are not loyal to their partners. They act with anyone. They have multiple sex partners. When you watch porn, you approve that behavior. You approve adulterous behaviors, riotous lifestyle. You approve the behavior of porn star. You approve adultery. You cannot learn the art of sex from adulterous people. This is demonic. Come back to your senses. Who has bewitched you? How do you expect to learn morals from morally depraved people? To overcome pornography, take tangible action, tangible steps. Invite someone who is a nighty guru to put a password to pornographic sites such that You are not able to enter any pornographic site. You've got to restrict yourself to see pornography. Why? The reason we get into sexual sins is accessibility. When I talk to teenagers and young adults, I ask them a question. When was the first time you took alcohol? And they tell me it's because alcohol was available at home. Someone brewed local beer at home, or there was available brewed products in the refrigerator. Ease of reach, accessibility. When I talk to people and I ask them a question, when was your first sex? Who was the first person you slept with? It was their house girl, garden boy, it was their nephew, their niece, their cousin. Some it was even their own sister or their own brother, a relative, a family friend. It was because they were near them. They were available. And that's why you must be very careful who sleeps in your house. You must be extra cautious with the so-called sleepovers. Most people lost their virginity as teenagers to a family friend, to a close relative, to someone who was trusted by their parents. So to stop pornography, you must stop accessing it. You must stop yourself from accessing pornography. Invite an IT guru to put a password you are unable to circumvent, a password you are not able to bypass, a password to pornographic sites, and be accountable to someone. For example, decide as a family, no phone in bedrooms. All phones will be deposited in the sitting rooms. Don't be a slave of your phone. If you are a slave to masturbation, what should you do? You must first realize what's wrong with masturbation, because you cannot overcome a habit you don't recognize. It's a bondage. Most people masturbate and they don't believe there is anything wrong with masturbation. Singles think marriage will solve their masturbation crisis. Marriage does not solve lust. Marriage is not a solution to adultery. It's not a solution to pornography. Marriage is not a solution to masturbation. Masturbation is lust, period. So what's wrong with it? When you're a married person and you masturbate, it reduces your sex urge. It reduces your intimacy with your partner. It compromises your ability to reach out to your partner and build a healthy relationship, because you're in self-lust. You're not in self-love. You are in self-lust. Number two, masturbation, biblically speaking, is wrong because you have someone in mind you are sleeping with. Jesus said, whoever looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery. So God's standards of morality is not when you sleep outside your marriage, but when you sleep with someone else in your head. The main sex organ is your mind. So long as you have played the act in your mind, you have already committed adultery. Why? Before you get involved in extramarital affair, you play the picture in your mind over and over and over again. Your body only goes to complete the mental picture. Affairs don't start on the bed. Affairs start on the mind. To stop affairs, you must stop your mental inputs. This coming Sunday at 10:30 a.m. ET, 10:30 a.m. in Atlanta, do the maths about the time in your country. I'm going to teach one radical subject that will change your life. Master 2021. I will teach how to master 2021 and to be in charge of the new year, to command 2021, to command your addictions to bow. So, as a single person, what's wrong with masturbation? Because as a single person, when you fall in self-love, and it's not self-love, it's self-hate, it's lust. When you're manipulating your sex organs, here is the deal. It minimizes your desire to look for a boyfriend, to look for a girlfriend. It makes you to retreat to loneliness, to isolation. Isolation and loneliness is the breeding ground for distress and depression. Depression is the leading cause to suicide. So when you retreat to masturbation, you minimize your desire and your need to date. God said it's not good for a man to be alone. That includes a woman. It's not good for you to be alone. You know you're not lonely when you're vulnerable to 2 or 3 people. When you can share your concerns, your fears with someone else. When you stop building the walls and you allow others to peek into your privacy. When you allow others behind the curtains and know what you're really going through. So when you're used to masturbation, you don't look for friends. You are like a self-contained house, and you can easily degenerate into isolation and loneliness, which leads to distress, which graduates to depression, unchecked leads to suicidal thoughts. The moment you stop masturbating, guess what you will do? You will look for relationships. You are wired for connections. You are wired for relationships. Connections give life meaning. Connections give life meaning. But some of you are addicted to sex toys, which is equal in the same category with masturbation. And the moment you keep them aside, burn them in 2021, so long as they are accessible, you will make use of them. One way to overcome smoking is to burn your cigarettes. One way to stop being a drunk is to pour the alcohol out of your house. So here is the deal. You've got to be accountable to someone else. You need help. Stop focusing on your addiction and focus on what you can do. Focus on the change you can implement. Don't work on your weakness. You are already weak on your weaknesses. Substitute your weaknesses with healthier habits. The time you spent watching pornography, spare that time reading a good book, watching an inspirational video. And there are many good videos. You can go to my YouTube channel, Dr. K.N. Jacob, and access over 700 inspirational videos free of charge. Subscribe to Dr. K.N. Jacob. You'll be inspired, rejuvenated. You'll be motivated. And I want to recommend one video for you entitled In Pursuit of Purpose. Change your inputs. You can't watch pornography and behave in a diametrically different manner. You want to overcome prostitution in 2021? Let your wife know where you are, with who, at any given moment. Account how you spend every coin. It takes money to be in prostitution because you pay for it. If you account for every coin, then you will not be involved with dubious, undesired activities. Now, one more thing. The third step, to overcome wrong sex addictions. The third step, you need deliverance. The third step, deliverance. Some of your habits are spiritual bondages. Your father was always moving out with women, and you are moving out with women. You are unable to overcome. Every skirt wearer, you must bring them down. It is beyond you. You even sleep with school-going children. Work colleagues, you have slept with all of them. You sleep with a woman and his daughter. You sleep with a woman and his sister. You are at a bondage. Your father was at a bondage. Your grandfather was at a bondage. You are at a generational curse. Stay with me. I'll break it in just a moment. Your woman listening to me. Your mother was moving with different men. Your grandmother was a prostitute. And you too are a prostitute. I want you to know you are the demonic bondage. This is not just a habit. It's a satanic bondage. Jesus said, whoever sins is a slave to that sin. Meaning, if you are bound by extramarital affairs, it has cost you your marriage. You are now a single father. You are a single mother. You are a man with children with different women. You have slept with women you can't number. You can't even remember their names. I want you to know you are at a bondage. But the good news is this. In just a few minutes, I will set you free in the name of Jesus. Greater is he that is in me than that devil that is biting you. How do I know you are the bondage? Because Jesus said so. He said, whoever sins is a prisoner, a slave to that sin. I'm holding my phone. If I release this phone right now, it's gonna fall. Why? The law of gravity. No matter how high I throw this phone, it's gonna fall. It's a law, the law of gravity. But planes are able to fly because they operate under a higher law. They operate under a superior law, the law of aerodynamics. If you're not aware about the law of aerodynamics, you'll be grounded by gravity. If you're not familiar about higher laws,